Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my craft room. Glenda Mollet here, and I'm back again with some more goodies from my annual catalog launch party. I'm just going to refresh my screen and make sure that it's streaming, or if I have to go and remove the sale post. Let's just see. Yay! Okay, it didn't turn that one into a sale. It's a good thing. Okay, we're live. So welcome back. I am going to show you the Quiet Meadow bundle and the hand penned suite. Just waiting for people to pop back on and we'll get started. Oh, this one's okay. It's not. There we go. Hello again. Hi, Shanna. Okay, we got people popping back on, and it's not blurry, I don't think. Let's have a look, just check on that situation. I was just so excited that it actually went live. Oh, it's a little blurry, but it's not. Oops. Stop. Okay. Hi, Val. Thanks for coming back. Hey, Holly, Mary. Yay. Oh, I'm having fun. Uh-oh. Stop. Need to find out where that. Okay. That shut that person up, didn't it? Nope. What is going on? Okay, I have no idea where that's coming from. That is just bizarre. Hi, Diana. Okay, does everything look okay, ladies? Welcome back. Okay, so I made a list of everybody who did a comment on the first one, and I just see Diana is here and did not comment on the first one. So I've got the list started to go in the just for showing up draw. Hello again, Yvonne and Betty, and we're getting back up there to all those lovely people coming back in. Okay, so I found my square gems, and I'll show you that, and I have a couple of dies and embossing folders to show you as well, but we'll get right into the Quiet Meadow. It's on page 110. Uh-oh, somebody messaged me. What is that going on? I hope it's nothing important because I'm busy, peeps. Okay, so on page 110, we have the Quiet Meadow stamp set and coordinating dies. This one I think is going to be a little underlooked, underloved, but oh my God, it's spectacular. This is the one we're going to use for the make and take at 7 o'clock tonight. So don't forget to drop back in and come back for the make and take at 7 o'clock. Now, if you want to do the make and take but didn't get a packet and have supplies of your own and would like the recipe, then make sure you message, email, or call me. No, don't call me because I'm busy. But let me know that you need the dimensionals, the dimensions, and I will. Let me make a note to myself. I'll post the make and take recipe on VIP page. And then if you want to play along with us, you can. Thanks, Janet. I think it's pretty too. Hey, Maria. Okay, so let's just get on with showing it, right? Okay, this is Wait, the wrong one. Quiet Meadow I want. This one. On the bottom. Of course. Okay, so we have the Quiet Meadow stamp set. And this is one of those stamp sets that has pieces in it that you can make a collage card with. So although there's writing here, it's not full writing, like it's antiqued, and there's splotches. And you know how I am with splotches. We just talked about splotches last night. This splotch is amazing. And then there's this flower again, and it keeps showing up in Stampin' Up! World, and I just love it. And there's a few sentiments. And then there is the dies. Now these dies are wildflowers, I'm thinking, or flowers, bachelor buttons. They're not wildflowers. They can be. That's a bachelor button, I do believe. Then there's a couple of butterflies and a sentiment and a tag. And then there's these things that I know should go somewhere, but I haven't figured them out yet because I haven't had too much of a chance to play. But they probably could go on here, right? And make some kind of flowers. They look like corn cobs to me, but I know they're not corn cobs. So anyways, I'll show you some cards that have been created and I have created. This one is from, let me tell you, Stephanie Pletcher. I was in a swap, so there's a few swap cards. And she made a collage card. Isn't that gorgeous? It uses a little tag down here and some bumblebee gingham ribbon and the scallop contour dies for the background. Okay, and then this one is one I created. Well, not often I get to just make a card the way I want with no reason. It's like it's not for a class. It was just because I wanted to use some stuff. And I did this on my birthday. This was my birthday gift to myself. I was able to stamp. So the background is our pearlescent paper, and I just colored it with, hang on, polished pink and made it kind of ombre. And then I used the shimmer vellum, in color shimmer vellum, to cut all the pieces out. So it's, look at the shimmer and shine on that. With no effort at all, it's all done for you. I did cut these out and glued them on top separately. Now, I think I showed how I did this card. I think so. I can't remember. And there's the sentiment tag. Now this one, I believe, is from Tina's Ink. She also made a collage card, and she's used some of the In Good Taste designer paper in the background here. And here's that, the stamp set with the calendar in it. You'll see it later tonight. I have it, but that's how she used it. Look at that. And she sponged the top of the flowers. It's just really interesting. The more I look at this, the more things I've seen that she's done. So she's ripped the edges of the designer paper, and she has distressed the edge of the cardstock. I absolutely love that one. And then we have, this was a swap card I made to send back to the people that I got swaps from. And it uses the dies and the stamp set. And then in the background there, I stamped the big floral image. I stamped this one in the background a couple of times. And I cut the card base, the card front, I cut it short, then added a strip of pale papaya cardstock in there and finished off the inside. And then I added the Genial Gems on the front. Those are going to be another favorite of mine because they're, can you see the sparkle, and they've got gold flakes in them. And they come in pale papaya and soft succulent. And then this one was another swap I received from Joanne McTavish, and it's a bit of a fun fold. So she's put a bow here, but that's actually on the inside of the card. And she did some embossing inside as well. It's a really different way to do your inside. It's a Dutch door card, sort of, in a way. and that the background is embossed with the brick and mortar embossing folder. So those are the samples for the Quiet Meadow bundle. And I think I'm going to be using these ones a lot. Can you imagine sort of like this card, but make a sunset background and then put these in black over top of the sunset background? Now, would that not be absolutely stunning? I can't wait to get my hands dirty and inky and do that. Maybe we'll play with that. I'm going to make myself a note. I'm going to do a Quiet Meadow sunset card for live. Okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to create a sunset card, put these in black on top of it like you're looking through them to the sunset, and I will show you we'll do it on one of my Facebook lives. I don't know what kind of stamp set that is because I'm not really up on my flower names. I don't know, Mary. If anybody knows what kind of flowers these are, let me know. The only one I know for sure is this one because I'm sure that's a bachelor button, only because bachelor buttons are cute, but I don't know what the rest of them are. Okay, so that's the Quiet Meadow bundle. Now, it's not a suite, it's just a bundle. So you buy the stamp set and the dies together and you save 10%. And the other one is hand penned. Now this is a suite, so let me open my catalog all the way up. And don't forget, if you want to look for some of the stuff that's happening for my catalog launch, in the search bar put in hashtag AC21, and that will bring up all of the posts that I have tagged with AC21. Oh, okay, I'll do it. I don't know when, but I've got a note. I will do it. Okay, hand penned suite includes the hand penned stamp set and the penned flowers dies. So this is the one that at 4 o'clock I'm going to be doing the live demonstration using this card or this stamp set. Isn't that gorgeous? Now I haven't played with this yet, but can you imagine doing that vellum Stampin' Blends and rubbing alcohol technique, die cutting this in gold and then putting it over top of that paper? Would that not be stunning? All these ideas that come to me when I'm looking at this stuff, and then when I sit down to create, yeah, they don't happen. So that's the stamp set and the dies. You can get this in a bundle and save 10%, or you can get the whole suite. So the suite also includes the hand pen designer paper and Genial Gems. Okay, Genial Gems, here they are. As you can see, I'm on my second package and I've used quite a few. So they're in soft succulent and pale papaya, and then they have gold flakes in them. Oh, they're so pretty. That's part of the suite. And then there's the designer paper. So just let me grab that. Here's the designer paper. And on one side you have a floral print, and then on the other side you have just a nice washed kind of print in different colors. So there's the back of that one, and there's that one, and then there's the back side of that. Look at this. This pattern is stunning. This one I've already used a sheet and a bit of this one, and then that's the background, and then there's this one and the lovely soft succulent background, and then this yellow, which is Daffodil Delight on one side, and then the floral print on the other. Aren't those gorgeous? Now this designer paper has black, Blushing Bride, cinnamon cider. So there's got to be cinnamon cider in one of these prints somewhere. Oh, there it is. Can you see the flowers there? I've got cinnamon cider on them. Daffodil Delight, Garden Green, Highland Heather, Mint Macaron, Misty Moonlight, Pale Papaya, and Pool Party. How gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous this paper is. And you look at it and you think, oh my God, that's so busy. Why would I use that? Because you use it in itty bitty pieces. If you don't like it busy like this, then you just use strips of them, or put this on your card front, and then of course this one doesn't go with that because it's a different color. But if you put a strip of this striped one on there and then added some of this, see how that tones that down so that it doesn't look as busy. I bet you've used 2 packs, Mary. Okay, so that's the designer paper. And I'll just show you some samples. Okay, so we'll do this one first. This was a swap card I received from Jacinthe Gauthier. And see, she just used little strips of that paper and then stamped the image. She's colored it with the stamp. So you get the outline stamp, and then these pieces are what you color it in with. So you don't even have to do hand coloring if you don't want to. You have to be able to let it go though, because it's kind of like a whimsical watercolor flush sort of a result. So it doesn't go right in the lines and it doesn't fill the whole thing in. It gives you lots of white, and I really enjoy seeing a lot of white on flower images because it doesn't make them quite so one-sided or one depth, So that's what she's done on this one. And then this one is from Kay Smith, and she's embossed the background with that floral one that the name escapes me because I haven't used it in a long time. And another small piece of designer paper offset with stitched whimsical dies. And then she cut that out with a die. I wonder what die she used on that. It's interesting. And then this is just a piece of cut cardstock, but she stitched the whimsical dies. But that is cut out with a die because it's got a nice rounded edge. I'm going to have to look into that, see what she used. So the only thing I don't like about getting swaps like this is there's no recipes with them, and sometimes it takes me a while to figure out what the stuff is. This one is my card. And this one, I believe, is my video that is queued to go at 2:30, shows you how to create this card. So you're probably wondering what the heck I used for the background in this card. See, I just used a strip of that designer paper. This is the stamped image, and I've colored it in with the Stampin' Blends, which is a completely different look than coloring it with the inks and the stamps. See the difference? So what did I use for that? Well, let me tell you. I used the new Ombre Bags. Now these bags, they come in all the in colors. So we have Polished Pink, Evening Evergreen, Fresh Freesia, Soft Succulent, and Pale Papaya. Got all 5 colors. And they are big. So if I know we can't go now, but when we get released, if you're going out and you need a hostess gift, these are perfect just to pop a little something inside. So they measure 4 3/4 by 7. So all I did to do this is I just sliced it down here on each side and made it 4 1/4. You've got a 1/2 inch to play with. So I made it 4 1/4, and then I opened it up. Hang on, let me get one. Because you kind of got to be careful when you cut them. See if I have one that I have started here. I think I've used, because I was making cards the other day, swap cards. No, club cards? Club cards. Club cards. Hint, hint. Okay, so you slice it down each side, and it's still attached on the bottom. So here it is. I've made it 4 inches because it was the card front, but it's attached. You'll get the idea, right? You still have your bag attached, right? Now it has this seam here on the back side. Has a seam across there and one down the middle. So by cutting it down the side and then opening it up like that, you can cut off the front right along here and make that your 5 1/2 or 5 1/4. And then you have this left over. So you have the seam here and then the seam at the bottom. So then cut off right there and cut this length to the size you want. And then just use ribbon over top of it, or add some designer paper or something to cover up that seam. So you can't tell, but underneath this strip of designer paper, that's where that seam is, right there at the very edge. So you can't even tell that it's got a seam underneath it. Then I just attached it to the front of the card and cut it with the scallop contour die for the little bit of a scallopy edge on it. So at 2:30, my video is going to queue up for this one, so you can watch it now, but I'll probably still be talking, or you can go back and watch it. So that's what I used, the background of that card. Now, if you're part of my paper shares, and I'll tell you more about those later on today, you will get one of each of those colors of ombre gift bags free from me. Okay. Thanks, Mary. Okay, so some more cards here. This one is by Marcy Denning. Marcy's part of my Silver Sisters. And this was a Canadian Maui Achievers swap that we did. And she's used some Wink of Stella to splotch in the background. You know how you do the thing? That's what she did on the background of that. And there's some of that pansy paper on there. Oh, and this is not hand penned. This is color and contour. Okay, I got it on the wrong board, but you know, you get to see it. That's the color and contour stamp set and coordinating dies. This one is by Jacinthe Gauthier as well. And she's used strips of the designer paper, stamped it, and then used the stamp set to color it in, and finished it off with one of the Genial Gems and a bow with fresh freesia ribbon. Oh, good. Thanks, Betty. Okay, and lastly, another swap card by Carolyn Marion. Now, Carolyn is French, so hence the French thank you, but we all know what merci is in French, right? And she's used a strip of the designer paper and matted it with some black, and the background is the embossing folder. Help me out. What's that embossing folder called? I can't remember. Hammered metal. That's what it is. Hammered metal embossing on the background. This card is so fun. And then some in color gems right there. So that's the hand pen suite. There is also It isn't part of the suite, but Memories and More are on, hang on, let me go to my index. Memories and More, page 127. We have Memories and More kits. So these are for scrapbooking, but they're not just for scrapbooking. So let me show you what these things are all about. So this is the hand-penned Memories and More kits. So you get two different sizes. You get 4x6 and you get 2x4. Yeah, no, 3x4. 4x6 and 3x4. Now you'll probably say, oh, but they all got words on them, right? No. Well, yeah, they do, but not all of them. So you have the words on one side and then just floral on the other side. So there's that one. Life is a garden of possibilities. Now, would that not look cute just on a card front itself, just even though it's got a sentiment on it? And then you turn it over and look, that pattern is not in the designer papers. This is exclusive to the Memories and More kits. Now these things, you get 50 cards for $13.50. Where flowers bloom, so does hope. And then look at that stunning one on the other side. I tell you, these things are so pretty. This one says currently loving. Then there's a black and white image on the back that you can color and use whatever coloring medium you like. Now, I'm suspecting this is not going to blend well with the Stampin' Blends, but that's okay because we have other ways of coloring, right, ladies? This one says happiness is, and then on the other side, it has like a journaling type thing, but you could put that on a card. Cut it down for your card front, have that on there, and have some place to put your sentiment. This one says cultivate a good life, and then another black and white image on the back. And you wouldn't have to color all this, just you could sponge some color onto that. Picture perfect, and then that's already colored for you on the back. Now I know these are a little bit longer than normal because they're 6, but by the time you take a 1/4 of an inch off each side, that gives you the perfect card front. And then you have the little ones, and you get 2 of each of everything, right? That one says enjoy, and there's the back side. A nice soft succulent print. That's so pretty. Carpe diem, and this on the other side. So loved, and that's like the designer paper. Always dreaming, and then that on the other side. So you don't have to use these just for scrapbooking. They have non-scrapbooking. There's another black and white one. They have non-scrapbooking on the other side. And if you need to make a quick card, awesome. Anything is possible, and all you'd have to do is just pair it up with one of these, and there you go. You've got a card front right there. Stunning. And then it's got that pattern on the back of it. And be you. And then there. And then we have Love Grows. And Days Like These. Every Now and Then. It's the Little Things. So each one has got a non-written on back. Live life in full bloom. So you get it, right? You don't have to use these for scrapbooking. This one, there's the other side, but you know what? All you'd have to do is put this on your card front, put put a sentiment label over top of that, and you don't even have to use that. Or cut it off. Don't even use that. Because if you cut that off, then you're going to get this that you can use on a card. So those are the Memory of More kits. I don't use these a lot, but I do have a Magnolia one. Okay, let's let me put this all away, because those of you that are watching this one and have commented that you're here, so I know you're here. Hang on. I'm going to give away a Magnolia Lane Memories and More kit. This is from, I think, the last catalog. Brand new in the package, unopened. Same thing. It's got papers and it's got words. Now, I did do an online thing about a year ago and showed how to use these in a card, and I made like 12 cards in an hour or something. So there we go. So I'm going to give these away once this session is over. Let me get a note and my pen. I'm going to do a draw for session 2. Viewers. And I will do the results tonight at between 7 to 9. So make sure you comment on here. So number 1, you get in the just for coming draw, and number 2, you're in the draw for the Magnolia Lane Memories and More pack, and I'll draw tonight during my live thing starting at 7 o'clock. Yay, I love giving stuff away. So fun. Okay, so I wanted to show you. I already showed you the Genial Gems. So these are the ones with the gold flecks in them. And I found the in color square gems. So these are different because we haven't had in color or square gems for a very long time. I don't ever remember them. Here, I'll do it this way. Look at that. They're in the in colors. Pale Papaya. Oh, no. Last year's in colors. Bumblebee, Cinnamon Cider, Magenta Madness, Misty Moonlight, and Just Jade. So we have embellishments for both in colors this year. How cool is that? I'm just going to put these away because otherwise I'll lose them, because I already lost them once today. Okay, so those are the square in color gems. Now, I showed you the die, this die in the catalog, where it was dies, hello, dies. Okay, it's called Stitch Greenery. It's on page 165. Remember I said it doesn't cut, it just embosses. So this is the die. It's got stitch lines embossed on it. And this is what it does to your card front or your piece of cardstock. Is that not awesome? Wonder what would happen if you took that. Now this is Flirty Flamingo. I need to try something because these things pop into my head and sometimes I just have to go with them. What would happen if you just went over the top of that with the Flirty Flamingo pen? Now this is the dark. You have to be careful going close to the edge though, because this cardstock, it will seep out past the edges. And look at that. Is that not cool? Okay, I got it going back. Cool, how exciting. Oh, good, you're here again. Shannon, you made it. Thanks, Louise. Hi, Marlene, welcome back. The Memory of More packages are nice, Carmen. Apparently, I missed a whole bunch. I miss Magnolias too. And now the stamp set are retiring. Gold fleck gems, yep. I love it when I give stuff away too. I love, love, love giving stuff away. But is that not awesome? So you could do, okay, that's the dark. So I want to, oh, is that 30? Yeah, this is the light. So I just want to do one to see if it would change, if it would be darker, or because you're just adding ink, if it would stay the same. So I'm just got to be careful going up against those stitch lines. There's a bit of a difference. And I'm sure when it dries, you probably can't tell on camera, but there's a really subtle difference. Now remember, this one is dried for a while and that one has not. So I suspect that one's going to get a little bit lighter. So I'm just going to put it off to the side and we'll see in a minute. So that's the stitched greenery die. One die, easy to use. The most difficult thing about this one was getting it off that cardboard thing that it comes on. And it's big, so it'll do your whole card front. So it's 4 3/4 by 6. So you're going to be able to do a 5 1/4 by 4. No, 5 1/2 by 4 1/4 card front, or 5 1/4 by 4, either one. Okay, checks and dots embossing folders. Let me find it because I didn't write down what page it was on. This one. Okay, so these on page 154, checks and dots embossing folders. Now these are, you can put these through your mini if you have a mini. There's the size of them. Checks and dots. And there's the cardstock done with them. Look at that. I love this. And you know what? I bet because of the way it's made, I bet you would be able to see, that's a push in. So you would be able to line this up and keep going and do even more and have it lined exactly up. But I like the dots. We haven't had dots for a while and I like dots. This could very well replace the background of the subtle embossing folder that we don't have anymore if you were doing flowery stuff. Okay, so that's checks and dots. Then there's basic border dies. And if you joined me last night, this is the one we used. So this is the card we created last night during my Friday late night stamping. You're very welcome, Holly. They don't call me the dealer for nothing. Yes, I'm glad dots are back. So basic border dies, they don't match any stamp set, but look at this. We used this one. I'm going to show you the original one later, I think tonight. But we used one of the dies here on the edge, and then we used the new birch embossing folder. And here's the this bubbly die cut. We used that down here for the grass. And there's the inside. Isn't that awesome? So that's the basic border dies. And you can see that doesn't matter which side you use, they both have stitching. So if you're wanting to do a strip, say you want to do a 1-inch strip on 2 different cards, then cut yourself a 2-inch strip, do the border down the center, and ta-da, you've got 2 strips for 2 different cards. So you don't have to cut it and throw away this excess here. You can make 2 of them. Oh, yeah, it would. Mary, that would. Huh. You'll have to show me if you get it done. Mary was looking at heat embossing the dots. So basic border dies. They're on page 162. 162. Right here on page 162. $39 for all those dies. Okay, now I'll bring this back in. See, that light one got lighter. I'm so liking that. Okay, okay, now the other die set I showed you was where, oh, there it is. I missed it. Page 164 down at the bottom, picture this. Now, this is the one that had the cute, they used it on the card front, and they had the cute things popping out. This one here. Look at that. Is that not adorable? So here's the dies. You get a circle one and a rectangle one, and they have stitching on the negative and the positive. So you can use the negative like this, and then you can still use the positives on for to make sentiments and stuff for your cards. And the same with this one. And you don't have to cut out the whole die. Get a scrap of paper here. You don't have to cut out the whole die. Just if you want that label, then just run it through like that and just cut that much of the label. Or you want one of the circles, the stitch circles. This is how to get those replacement stitch circle dies. They're not quite as big, but you can still cut out like just that one. You don't have to cut out the whole thing. However, if you cut out the whole thing then and put them away in a container, then you'll have them and you won't have to do them next time. So that's the, what are they called? Hello, picture this. Picture this die. Page 164, I think I said. Yep. Page 164. Am I missing one die? Okay. What die was I missing, Valerie? These? The basic border dies? Or the picture this dies? I like the lighter one too, Janet, because it doesn't, it kind of fades into the background. So Valerie, tell me which one you're asking about if I'm missing a die from. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The border dies have 6. This one only has 2. So they show the positive and the negative of both ones, each one. They show 6, but only see 5. These 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, there's 6 on there. I probably could have done a better job of mounting those, but you know, I'm in a hurry, so. Okay, so these ones are called Iconic. And they're on page 163, right here. And I passed over them, first of all, and I didn't even look at them. They don't go with any stamp set, but if you go to page 18, they've used, oh, there's the calendar. There's the Days to Remember calendar stamp set, remember? So here, they've used the some of them on this, and there's the bird and the branch. Oh, good. I'm glad you got it. So, Iconic. You have a flower, a couple of mushrooms, this fern frond, and a branch. So your branch goes sideways and your bird pops up on your branch. Or that, and then you can put your flower underneath it. There's 3 flowers here, and those are always good shaped flowers to layer and show on cards. A couple of leaves. This one embosses in the center, that one cuts it out. There's a bumblebee and another flower. So what cool pieces, just generic pieces that you could use on any card, between floral and whimsical and masculine and all sorts of stuff. And those are Iconics. And they're on page They are on page 163, right there, $39. Yeah. So I'm sorry I haven't got the sheets to show you guys for this, but you know, I only got them in yesterday, so I'm just glad I got them off of the paper. Okay, so that gives you some more ideas. My video is already queued up and running to make that gorgeous card. Oops, I'm gonna have an avalanche here. How I made this card. That's what the video is all about. So I hope you get a chance to watch it. And don't forget the hashtag. If you're looking for any of the posts from today, hashtag AC21 in the search will bring up all of the posts that I've tagged that hashtag in. And I'll give you one last look at this because it's nice, it's dried, and that one is really subtle. Okay, ladies, so that's it for this hour. I'll be back at 3 o'clock with some more great stuff to share with you. I hope you can join me. And don't forget, if you're here and you haven't commented yet, or you didn't comment on the first one, make sure you comment. I'm here so that I know to put you in the just for showing up draw. And that will also put you in the draw for the Magnolia Lane Memories and More card pack tonight. Session 2, viewers only, and it has to be now because it's for the live viewers, and I'm going in right now. Once I stop my stream, I'm going back in to write the names down for that one. So thanks for joining me for another session of my new catalog launch party, and I will see you in 14 minutes. Stampin' Smiles. Bye for now.